a revised format in terms of the race distances this year. So rather than 60-minute plus 1 lap races, slightly shorter races this year, 55 minutes plus 1 lap. That said, if any laps are lost to a safety car, they can add up to 2 joker laps on to the end of that. So it could become a 55-minute plus 3 lap race effectively, which would be about an hour long. The most interesting change to the format was only very recently announced. So a mandatory pit stop in the races, as there's previously been. On the Saturday race, that will remain unchanged. Everybody has to make a mandatory pit stop and a tyre change, and that will be between the 20th and 40th minute of the race, the middle third of the race, more or less. But now on Sunday's race, we're going to have 2 mandatory pit stops. It's a change for this year, and the first pit stop will take place between the 10th and the 25th minute. The second pit stop will be a really small window between the 39th and the 45th minute. Gottfried Grasser from Grasser Racing has said, this is not going to be uninteresting. The whole thinking behind it is that it will make the final phase of the race, Brian, a bit more hectic. And it will open up strategy opportunities as well, particularly for those that didn't qualify in the top 10. If you qualify in the top 10, you have to use... you have to start the race on the tyres that you qualified on and set your fastest lap in qualifying. But if you're not in the top 10 in qualifying, you're free to choose which tyres you go for. Whether you go for new tyres or tyres that you've run slightly. And Gottfried Grasser, the boss of Grasser Racing, was saying, well, it gives you 18 different alternative strategies with this second pit stop on a Sunday.
Yes, so that really would liven things up a bit, wouldn't it? That's going to be very, very interesting. And of course, we can do back-to-back comparisons because we'll have the old format on the Saturday, the new format on the Sunday. But yes, if they qualify outside of the top 10, 18 different strategies, 4 different strategies if they qualify inside the top 10. But it will liven things up. I think just getting the kind of general mood, I think the general consensus is it's a good idea and it's going to be interesting. It's really good to see the ADAC, they're prepared to just, you know, change things a little bit to make the show. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, boys.
Heaven forbid it's not even 11:30 in the morning and they're already on the beers.
It's probably non-alcoholic.
Oh, of course, yes, indeed. Yeah, where were we? Oh, yes, the pit stops. I think the general consensus is it's going to... I think it's going to add a really interesting element. I think the cars that struggle to get the heat into the tyres quickly, primarily the BMWs and the Mercedes AMGs, are probably going to be the ones that are most disadvantaged by that, potentially, because, of course, tyre warmers are not allowed in DTM. And don't get us started on warming the tyres, because that's a whole new level of discussion as well. But certainly the tyres need to be cold and unheated when they go on the car. And with that 6-minute window, with up to just, well, as little as 10 minutes remaining of the race, that is going to really throw the proverbial cat amongst the pigeons at the end of the second race, I think.
So obviously it's in and out of the pits as quick as you can get, and the quickest pit stops we see are around about 6 to 6.5 seconds. So we get team radio from Jugonon. Well, not too far away.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah. So, yeah, in and out as quick as you can, but you can make an enormous amount of advantage and gain if your outlap is better than other people's outlap on those cold tyres. No tyre warmers allowed, as you've said, and we'll discuss a bit more about a slight rule change that's in a bit of a grey area, let's say, in tyre warming in the DTM. But there are cars, the BMW and the Mercedes in particular, that struggle to get their tyres up to temperature as quick as the others. That was the Achilles heel for BMW and Schubert last year. Their qualifying was pretty poor, really. The 3 Schubert BMWs averaged 12th, 13th and 14th on the grid last year. René Rast, and this is René Rast, remember, only qualified in the top 10 4 times out of 16 last year. So that it was always an uphill battle. So if you've got a car which struggles to get its tyres up to temperature, you don't really want more pit stops, because that's more opportunity to lose time to other drivers. I spoke to Fabio Scherer about this yesterday. I said, do you see it as an opportunity or something that's going to be tricky? He said, no, for me, it's an opportunity to try and gain something. But he said, I would have liked it to be, no mandatory time that you have to make the pit stop. So 2 pit stops, yes, you've got to make them. But if you could choose when you make them at any point in the race, that would really open up some different and unique strategies and throw up some different results. So that's one opinion, he would like to see that, but there are times, as we've said. And yeah, it's with the slightly shorter races, when we're only going to have 10 minutes now from the end of that second pit window of racing, it's going to be pretty frantic. Yeah,
yeah, dash for the cash. I mean, it's what we love. Action guaranteed. There's a nice view of the new grandstand there, just briefly. Oh, it's a nice view. What's that? Meatballs? No, I don't know what that is.
A bit of chorizo,
Very nice.
maybe. Yeah.
Chorizo, yeah. We're not in Spain. Not that kind of weather. But yes,
Definitely not.
It is going to throw a really random element. Oh, and then we're bringing the industrial quantities of beer in now.
That's the third or fourth one of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, he started already. Yeah, yes, you're right. We can see you. There's no hiding here. I have to tell you, we have a camera at every angle here. There are no secrets at Oschersleben.
Making me thirsty.
Do you want me to go and get you a bit? They're only over the hill from where we're sat. I can go and get you one if you want. Yes, it's going to bring a random element in. And it's good, the ADAC looking at that. And who knows, it might be this is a step towards losing the pit window. And maybe we have 2 stops with the teams able to choose when that is. You know, they're going to look at... It's about putting on a show. You know, one of the things that, that was said by the ADAC is we